Do you need Miyabi for Yuzuha? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, guys. Going over a full teammate tier list because you probably already know what Yuzuha does. You probably already know how she works. You probably already know what the best build is, but you might not know what her best in slot teammates are. And do you need to be pulling Miyabi this patch to actually work with her? So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the tier list now. And we're going to start off with the D tier first. Now, guys, what D tier means to me is these characters can work for sure, but they are definitely not the best in slot options. And basically, whatever I put in D tier is basically just the worst characters to use for her, right? So I'm not saying that they're dog shit all around the board, but generally I think you get about the same amount of value with these characters as every other character that's not listed in the video today. So do take that for what you will. Let's go ahead and start off with our D tier first, guys. And my D tier is literally gonna be Silver Soldier Ambi, or the majority of crit based DPS in the game. Now I'm not saying that she's bad with crit based DPS by any means, no, because I mean she is good in the sense that she's giving you a pretty massive attack buff at face value, and she's gonna be increasing the damage that enemies are taking just to every single one of your characters. So that automatically makes her a pretty decent character to have on your account. So like, it can work for your crit-based DPS, but there are much better supports like Astrial to use on your crit-based DPS, your Aftershock-based DPS. So in general, she does not work as well there as some of your other supports do, right? So that out of the way, our baseline set, let's now go ahead and hop into the C tier. Number one on my C tier here, guys, is actually going to be Miss Yixuan. Now, Yixuan's on this list because obviously she's not an anomaly-based character, right? She helps Anomaly out the most with her not being much Anomaly. She's much more crit focused or crit oriented, or really sheer damage bonus oriented. Characters like Astrial are going to perform a lot better for her. Characters like Panda Yoon are going to be performing a lot better for her on the team. The reason I have her in C tier and not D tier though is because I do believe that she does work pretty well with someone like Vivian on the team, or even if you were to pair her up with Astrial, I do think overall she can provide more support for this character than she can a lot of the other crit based DPS in the game. So for that reason, we have her up here. Hopping into our next character now, which is going to be Miss Nicole. Now, Nicole's not bad by any means. She does defense shred. She gives energy back to the team. That's pretty good, right? But the main problem that I have with Nicole here, guys, is because the best in slot characters or the higher in slot characters, you really do want to be triggering disorder, right? She is a disorder fiend. You really want disorders for her. So the other characters we're talking about today either provide a lot better buffs than what I think Nicole can proc for you, or they provide you a lot more disorders, or can help or assist in the procking of disorders even more. So Nicole's down here mainly for her defense shred and for her ability to give energy back, but that's really about it. She has low on-field time, and overall, I do think that's pretty deserving of a C tier. Now, hopping into our final C tier pick, guys, that is going to be Miss Jane Doe, the hoe right here. Overall, I feel like she can work on the team, right? But really the problem that I have with Jane Doe, guys, is Jane Doe is not really like disorder focused or disorder centric. You're really relying on getting just the assault procs off and keep procking assaults off. Like it's not really causing much disorder, so you're not being able to use much of her kit. Like you can use some of it for sure, and that's why I have her here, because she's an anomaly character. She can work there, but overall you do want someone like Jane Doe paired up with another assault type character. She can maybe move up on the list whenever Alice gets released, right? But I do think there is another physical anomaly character that's better than Jane Doe. I'm sure you know that is already, but overall that's why I have her here, guys. I do think she struggles in a lot of content, and I do think she takes the least use out of what Yuzuha is able to provide, because you really do want to be giving her a lot of crit rate and crit damage because that's what she's going to be procking back off. So you want crit rate and crit damage buffs with her, whereas she's providing just a lot more disorder damage and stuff like that. The buffs Yuzuha provides and the buffs she needs don't really coincide all too well, but that's really in terms of our C tier, guys. Let's go ahead and hop into our B tier next, starting off with Piper. Yeah, I think Piper is better because Piper is a lot more anomaly focused, and in my opinion, I do think Piper can take a lot more use of the disorders she's able to proc off, or the disorders on the team, because she has a really fast buildup of anomaly, first of all. Secondly, she's going to be providing a damage bonus to the team as well. I think at M6 she provides this damage bonus to the team. My bad, gamers, not even an M6, just off rip she provides 18% damage increase to all squad members if her stacks are above 20 or more, which are not hard to get out. You do one spin to win, you basically get that up. You have her off field, she gets the increased damage to the team, and she has a really fast build-up rate already, on top of what Yuzuha is able to do as well by increasing anomaly build-up rate even more. This is going to make a character like Piper way more efficient in procking those disorders or assault procs off, which lead to you procking more disorders off, which leads to just more overall damage your disorders are going to do because you're procking off disorders more. So you get more damage, if that makes sense. Next up on this list, guys, is actually going to be Rina Bishpina. Now, the reason why I put Rina on this list, while I do think Nicole overall is better than Rina, because Rina really only provides pin ratio, right? And I think pin ratio is okay. You really do want Mindscapes for her to really be efficient or more efficient on the team. But the reason I put her here is because, first of all, she can apply shock to enemy, right? And she has her little minions off field doing damage and stuff like that. So this is going to be really good, or I guess this helps in the fact, or I guess not necessarily really good, but it does help in the fact of getting extra disorders disorders procced off, and providing a pin ratio damage increase to your allies as well. That's really all that I have to say for Rina here. I do think she's a little bit better, or a little bit of a bump up from what Nicole's able to do. That's all that I really have to say about Rina, though. Let's go ahead and hop into our 2-for-1 special here, guys, and we'll talk about both these characters at the same time. That's going to be both Lighter and Hugo. Now, the reason why I have Lighter and Hugo here, obviously, guys, we know that you really don't want to run Hugo without 2 breakers on the team, but you definitely don't want to run without at least 1 breaker on the team, or 1 stun character on the team, right? So that's why I put them here together. He provides a boost to ice damage, which when we talk about some of the other characters up here on the list, then you know that they'll also be getting a buff from Lighter as well, right? And the reason why I have Hugo here as well is because he pairs up so well with Lighter, and the buffs that Miss Yuzuha is able to provide actually do help him out quite a bit. Because truthfully and honestly, Hugo really does like attack bonuses, so I mean, for that matter, that's why we kind of have him here in B tier. I do think he works a little bit better than your average crit-based DPS, and that's why I have him here up in this tier right here. And Lighter pairs up with him really well already, so that's why I have him above Yishwin here as well, because of how well the pairing between Lighter and Hugo actually work. But that's all that I have to say in terms of the B tier. Now, let's go ahead and hop more into the nitty-gritty now. The A tier, the A team gamers, let's go. And for me in the A tier, guys, genuinely, truthfully, and honestly, I have 1 character here and 1 character only. That's going to be Shokaku. Now, the reason why I don't have Shokaku higher on this list is because I feel like she's really clunky. That's my main problem with Shokaku. She's not very much off-field, per se. And the other problem I have with Shokaku is you definitely need timing with your team to make sure she's putting the fly the flag buff on one of your anomaly-based allies. And you're also going to be running double support on the team with this, meaning disorders are a lot harder to proc off with her on the team. And with her main shtick being able to proc disorders off, obviously it's good. The reason why I have her above all these characters, though, is because she works with Miyabi really well. And let's be honest, guys, having a buff to Miyabi is always going to be great. So that's one of the reasons why I have her here on this list. But she is clunky. That's why she is in the A tier and not the S tier. If she wasn't as clunky, I'd have her in the S tier, honestly. But yeah, for now, we're leaving her in the A tier. But now, let's go ahead and hop into the S tier. But before we hop into that, gamers, you thought I was going to get to the S tier without scamming you guys, hit the subscribe button right now. If you want future content on ZZZ or even Honkai Star Rail or other gacha games, because I want to do other gacha games as well, hit that subscribe button now. I'd much appreciate it. And now let's go ahead and talk about her S rank character options. And when I say S rank, I'm not saying they're bad if they're not best in slot, right? I'm saying there is the best in slot, which I'm putting basically the best in slot team for Yuzuha at, and then everything below that comes in a close second. Let's go ahead and hop into the S rank first of which being, I think you guys should have expected this already, Austria. I think Austria does work a lot better than Shokaku works, and just for that matter alone, we have to throw her up here. She is the best support in the game, in my opinion. The only really downside for her is she provides a lot of like buffs that I guess anomaly characters don't want all too much, and it takes away from having another anomaly character on the team, which helps out with disorder procs. Now, she does do off-field damage, which can, you know, aid in disorder procs, especially if you have someone like Miyabi on the team, someone like Yanagi on the team, someone like even Vivian on the team as well. She really can help out with those disorder procs, but I mean, like, she just works on every team, right? Like, I would much prefer to have my Austrial probably on my crit-based damage dealer team, and then have Yuzuha and then probably 2 anomaly characters on the same team together, but she still can work on that team and work pretty efficiently on that team as well, so that's the reason why we have her here. And for the other S rank here, guys, I don't know if you guys were expecting this. Maybe you were if you heard my rant video. Oh, I haven't posted the tier list yet, so you probably didn't hear my rant video. Anyways, guys, and that is going to be Miss Yanagi. Now, Yanagi, obviously the disorder queen. She is the disorder procer, the disorder stopper, okay? We already know, like, her whole thing is procking disorders off, right? And her whole thing is helping with those disorders. The reason why she's not in best in slot, though, is because I feel like Yanagi runs into a lot of energy issues. I feel like she can be clunky at times to play. She wants to be the main star of the show, and that's just not possible in most teams. Not saying she's bad. I am a fucking kind of a Yanagi hater now, but overall, I feel like there is a definitive better option in the game right now that just helps so much more in getting just extra damage off when they're off the field. And I think we can go ahead and talk about the best in slot now, right? And that's going to be, obviously, Vivian, right? Vivian, guys, is a part of the best in slot team. Like, Vivian is just the upgraded version of Yanagi, in my opinion. While, yes, Yanagi does help out with disorders, like I said, she doesn't, per se, give you a damage buff to disorder, but she helps you out with proccing a lot more and while doing a lot of off-field damage as well. Vivian is just on the field so much less than Yanagi is. I would much prefer to have Vivian on the team because you pop in, you get your resources up, and then you pop back out and let your main DPS do the main source of damage, right? While she's parking off her huge bloom procs and putting DOT on the enemy basically as well, so they're taking a lot more damage over time, she is going to be really detrimental there. Now, on to the best in slot option, guys. I think you should have known this already, guys. I dropped her here. Miyabi. Miyabi is just that bitch, guys. She is still the best anomaly-based character in the game, arguably one of the best characters in the game. Let's be honest, guys, Yuzuha is gonna boost Miyabi to the moon. Best character in the game, hands down, until we get a S-rank dedicated sheer damage bonus buffer in the game. Dude, Miyabi's taking off to the moon with this team right here. Literally, this best in slot team is gonna be Yuzuha, Miss Vivian, and Miyabi here. Miyabi, insane. Crazy, sicko mode, stupid mode. Alright gamers, so that is going to do it for our teammate tier list, and I'm sure you saw Miyabi being in the best in slot. Do you actually need Miyabi on your account to make Yuzuha viable? I actually don't think so. While yes, she is the best in slot, I think that she elevates every single anomaly character. Maybe not Jane Doe as much, but just about every single anomaly character she'll be elevating, especially if you have characters like Yanagi and like Vivian as well. I think if you have either one of those characters, she can boost their performance by so much. Even someone like Piper as well, being an A-rank character, she can also provide a lot of support there. And if you have Alice, basically, if you are really building into anomaly characters in your account, you need to get this character if you've watched this video before pulling her, right? You definitely do need anomaly characters in your account, but you don't need Miyabi in your account. While yes, you get the best performance out of her, it is definitely not a must for your account, and I do think you should absolutely be pulling this character, especially if you have an anomaly-centric account. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about my tier list. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, whatever the case may be, I might get back to you. I might not. Hit the bell icon if you've made it to this point in the video. It will really help out. And that's going to do it, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.